Welcome back to another video tutorial. On this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make cool looking thumbnails for YouTube, fast and easy. Now, let me give you guys a few little previews of what I've made so far. So like, let's say, like there's one I made for a graphics card with a cool 3D text. There's that one. And there's also the ones I make for my YouTube videos. And another one for my Shadow of Mordor. And it's pretty cool and it's pretty simple. First thing you want to do is you want to download Gimp 2.0 or 2.8. Let me check that out. What's it say? Gimp 2.8. I'm going to have a link down in the description. Once you have the program, you're going to open it up. It's going to look like this. It's going to show you 3 windows. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to click on File. You want to click on New. And you're greeted with the Create a New Image. And of course, it's going to have image size. It's going to show width and it's going to show height. Now, if it's going to be for YouTube, your image has to be 1280 by 720 if it's going to be a thumbnail. Now, you want to put the numbers in here, highlight it, type 1280 times 720, press OK. Once you got that set, it's going to open up a blank page. Move this over a little bit so you guys can see. All right, it's going to open up a blank page. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to add an image. Click on File and go to Open as Layer. Don't go to Open because you want the layer to show up on this Layers and Brushes window right over here. So we're going to click on File, go to Open as Layer. Give that a second. And you want to scroll to wherever your image is. Let's see, I'll pick one for wallpaper. And I'm picking an image from Game of Thrones. My beautiful Lady Khaleesi and her dragons. Alright, so you want to scale this image so it'll match what we're doing right here with the 1280 by 720. So it's going to be right over here, like I said. It's going to show up on Layers and Brushes to the right. You want to highlight that. You want to right click. And you also want to go to Scale Layer. Click on that. It's going to show this little dialog box. It says Scale Layer. And right now, for this image that I imported, the image width is 1260 by 1600. So we want to change that to the YouTube thumbnail size, which is 1280, not by 800, by 720. Press scale, and as you can see, the image is cropped and it's fitting perfectly. All right, cool. So let's add some text. Now, if you want to add some text, you click on the A right over here under the toolbox, tools options. So we're going to click on that. And it's going to show you these two options further down. It's going to have a double A. You click on that. That way you can click the font display that you want. So let's see. I'm going to look for that one. Actually, that's not even English, is it? Yeah, I messed with that one. All right, cool. So I'm going to go over to, let me see, Verdana. And I'm going to increase the size because you don't want the text looking too small now. So 135. I'm going to click on the image. I'm going to stretch this little box out because that's where I want the text to be. And I'm going to type in Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Now, the image didn't fit because I had to stretch it out a little bit more. There you go. Now, if you want to move it over or you want to shrink it down, just go to the size. Shrink that down a little bit. Hit spacebar so we can move this over. And there you go. Now let's make this a little bolder. That way it'll pop a little bit more. So this is a little window right over here. Let me bump that up. This little window. I'm gonna click on the bold. Well, you gotta highlight it. Click on bold. There you go. And hit escape. All right, cool. So now that we got the text down, move that over. Actually, let me shrink it down. That way it fits perfectly. There we go. Perfect. All right, now that we got that down, highlight where it says Game of Thrones because this is displaying what your text is right over here. So we're going to right click that. We're going to go to alpha to selection. It's going to put little lines right around it. Now we're going to want to turn this into some 3D text. So you want to go to select and go to shrink. And you're going to want to increase the shrink selection by, put that on 3 or higher. Click OK. And it put little more lines right around it. And it gave a little bit more of a black edging. All right, so you see these two boxes right over here? You want to click the little arrows right over here. That way it'll switch to the white. There we go. And then we're going to click on the paint tool. Click on that. And we're also going to pick a color. So click on the white part, red. And you're going to select the inside. And as you can see, it's giving it a black outline. Now there's two ways of doing this. This is just the first way. So now that that's cool, I'm going to hit select and I'm going to go to none. And there you go. Now, as you can see, it has red text, but it has a black outline. Now we're going to turn this into a 3D. So we're going to select the Game of Thrones text right over here on layers and brushes. We're going to right click. Actually, we're going to just copy it. Let's hit the little two TVs further down, right next to the up and down arrow. Click on that. It's going to duplicate it, and it's also going to rename it as Game of Thrones #1. So we're going to move that down. You're going to drag it right under it. We're going to make the eyes disappear on all the others. And we're going to go with Game of Thrones #1 selected. We're going to go over to filters, and we're going to go to blur. And we're going to go over to motion blur. Click on that. Now, where it says length and angle, we're going to put length at 10. And we're also going to put angle at 200. Press OK. And as you can see, it gave it a little motion blur. So with Game of Thrones #1 selected, we're going to duplicate it about 30 to 40 times. So we're going to do it 30 times. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the number's increasing. And there it is, 30 times. Now, remember, I unselected all the others when I checked on the eye. So the only ones that have eyes are the Game of Thrones with numbers. So clicking on any one of them, right click, go to merge visible layers because it's actually going to select the ones that have the eyes that are making it visible. So right click, go to merge visible layers, and it's going to show a merge layers box. So we're going to click on merge again. Click on that, and it merged all the 30 other copies that we made into one. Now we're going to put the eye back on Game of Thrones and on the image. So click on that. As you can see, it made a 3D text. And we're going to put the image back. And select this part over here to make everything look perfect. And there you have it. 3D text. Now there's another way of doing text. So we're going to click on the A again. Add some more text down here. Best show. Highlight that. Click the bold button. Actually, let's change it to black. Okay, now it's in black. Now we're gonna hit alpha to selection. So anytime you make a new text, it's gonna show up over here. So we're gonna highlight that, right click, go to alpha to selection. We're gonna go up to the top where it says file, edit, select. We're gonna go to select and we're gonna go to shrink, just like we did last time. It's already set to 3 because that's what we did for the Game of Thrones, so that's cool. Press OK. And remember, it gave it another outline with the black. So now we're gonna hit the arrow again, and this time we're gonna go to the blending tool right over here. Click on that, and we're gonna click blend color. Let's do the deep sea. Click on that. Now, when you see a little gray box right next to the arrow of the mouse, the blend tool is selected. So you're gonna drag a little line right over the text and let go, and there you go. If you want, you can do it side by side. As you can see, it's adding different colors at different points of the text, and it's making it pretty cool. So that already done. I'm gonna go to select, click on none so it can bring it back to its original state. Click on that. And same thing I did before. Uncheck the eyes, leave the one you want to copy, which is best show. We're gonna duplicate that once. It's gonna put a number 1 right next to the new duplication of it. Drag it under, unselect this one, duplicate it. Well, actually, let's not duplicate it yet. Delete those, delete layer, delete layer. All right, now we're gonna go to filters, go to blur, motion blur. Remember, it's already set to what we wanted before, 10 and 200, length 10, angle 200. Press OK. It blurred it out. Now we're gonna copy it 30 or more times. Actually, we're gonna just put 25. Select any one of them, hit merge visible layers, merge, and check back the other one. And there you have it, 3D text. Now you can also merge the two that you have, best show and best show number 1, with both of the eyes selected on them and no other ones. Right click, go to merge visible layers, merge, and it'll turn it back into one. And we could do the same thing for the Game of Thrones. Right click, merge visible layers, merge, and it's cool. All right, now let's say if we want to stretch it out, make it bigger. Just highlight it, hit the one right over the A icon, click on that, click this, and we can stretch it out. And with both of them being merged, they'll move together. So there we go. And let's put back best show and the image. Actually, let's move this up a little bit and stretch that over. And there you have it. Bob's your uncle. Let's move this up a little bit. Scale, click on the image, and there you have it. Now, if you want to save this, that way you can import it to YouTube, click on export, not save. If you click save, it's gonna save the project. You want to export it as a PNG image. So you want to click export or export as. Well, I'm gonna click export. It's the same shit. There we go. I'm gonna save it on the desktop, and I'm gonna change the name of it. I'm gonna put GOT for Game of Thrones, and .png. You leave that alone. Click export, and it's gonna show this little dialog box. Just leave it on compression level 9. Press export, and it exported the image. Now when we go to the desktop, it's GOT. Double click on it, and there you have it. Now you have Game of Thrones in cool 3D text, best show. Now there are different fonts that you can use. I'm going to show you guys how to get those, just in case this is a little too plain for you. You want to go over to the fonts.com, I'm going to leave a link down in the description, and you'll be able to download whichever ones you want. See some cool ones. Now, if you're going to use them for YouTube, I suggest going for the ones that say 100% free right over here, all the way to the right. You see when it says free for personal use, that means you can't use it to make money. So if you're doing YouTube to make money, don't click on those because you might get a copyright. But as long as it says 100% free, you're free to use that as much as you want. And hopefully you could make some cool thumbnails for your YouTube channel or whatever you want. But the fonts is the best site to get some cool fonts and some cool looking text. And if you guys like the video, hit that like button and subscribe for future content. I'll check you guys in the next one. Be safe.